it got to the point where they were tied up 1-1, and in the ace match, Jim played Protoss, and they had a PvP. They had a PvP ace match.
Was that allowed?
It was. He asked the admins before the series started.
They allowed it?
Yeah. And honestly, Jim was looking pretty impressive. Like he went like full Blink Stalker all in, and he was like microing Blink Stalkers on like two sides of the map at the same time, and he was actually dealing damage and like blinking into the main and like depowering a bunch of stuff and sniping forges. And even though he was dealing all that damage, Nano was out macroing him, like in PvP. Like Nano was just like pumping out more probes. He was expanding faster, so like he just overwhelmed Jim.
I feel like any race that offers to Protoss to play, they all look up the Blink Stalker build.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I can micro this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll win.
Mm-hmm.
But that would work if like you guys are just like two basing in at each other. But if the other player decides I could probably macro behind that as well, you're kind of
100%. I mean, I will say that it was an entertaining series, so I'll give Jim that. He made a show out of it. But
was he cursing his like eyes off on his stream? Can we like have like a side by side like perspective of like us casting, and then like in the bottom corner you hear Jim just like cursing and yelling his eyes off.
About it.
Say how Protoss is broken and stuff. In the top left corner of the map, we have our blue Zerg player playing for the bad, but he's not bad. It is ZergLord. I should clarify, the ZergLord.
And spawning in the bottom right is his opponent. We have spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade LE, the red Zerg player representing Team Rebirth Esports. I believe he is Chileno. It is ShotnVelt.
ShotnVelt or ShotnVelt?
I had the same conversation with Yaku yesterday. We actually cussed it. We're like, is it ShotnVelt or is it ShotnVelt? Like,
yeah, because me it's like milk and cookies,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's like, you can be milking, I guess, but
yeah,
but I don't want to be milking cookies. It's just two words, milk and cookies.
Like almond milk,
Oh, don't know. Chocolate milk, dude. Chocolate milk.
Oh god. Also, quick shout out, thank you so much, Catalina. Oh, Catalina. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. I hope you enjoy your ducks.
How to say Catalina?
Well, like it's CAIT, so that's Kate, not cat.
Catalina.
Yeah, Catalina. Look, I just want to say Catalina, okay? That's but it's not right. Hoi. There we go. Bringing it back.
I still have that shirt, man.
You bought the shirt?
I bought the shirt, dude.
Oh god. Meanwhile, ShotnVelt, we didn't get to talk about it, but he did go for an earlier pool opening, and with these things, we're already being able to get one drone kill.
Second. Little mas.
Drones.
Oh, okay. Getting 2, 3. Yeah, man, it's like they traded.
Yeah.
resource wise, they traded, so it's not bad. But it does give ShotnVelt, a boost in workers.
Yeah.
So he will have the better economy. He's mining from his natural. He's got 2 queens out. He can protect any of the Zerglings that ZergLord has right now. If ZergLord decides to go mastlings, that's gonna be an issue.
I was about to say, talking about issues. Look, we've seen the ZergLord in this position before. Ling speed is about to finish. Oh, he canceled Baneling Nest.
Oh, he's just going. I think because he saw the Ling with his link, he saw that the wall was building up. So
mhm.
he's like, oh, I'm gonna skip banelings.
Interesting.
Go for this.
Yeah.
And like I think it's a great call because ShotnVelt, he's being extra defensive, making a full wall, right? And plugging it up with the queen just to like get these roaches out. And he's going for a quick lair already. Oh my.
Oh my god, like from both sides of things. So I love the decision making from ZergLord. I love how like he kind of like switched gears into something else, and he's just going full greed like right now. This is something that I rarely see, but the ZergLord just focusing on nothing but his economy. But as you said, ShotnVelt walling off, staying on 2 bases, going for that fast lair. I don't see any Evo. Okay, no, never mind. I was about to say, yo, if there are no upgrades, like he could be going for a fast Spire, but never mind. He's working on them.
Nah. Gotta always get the roaches, you know. It's the meta, light. The meta.
You say that. We saw Muta versus Muta yesterday. Actually, it was crazy.
No.
Yeah. I was like, you almost never get to see it. What is happening?
Wait, was it like, did they full commit mutas? Like, it was like mass muta versus mass muta? Or was it like 6 mutas versus 6 mutas? Like, kind of. And then they like transitioned out.
It was committed. It was committed. Actually, I just I just remembered it wasn't last night. I think I casted it with Jets during ESL Asia. And yeah,
it was Asians who did that?
Yeah, and it was a situation where like unfortunately one of them was significantly behind in the mute accounts, but was trying to fight with his spores. Meanwhile the other was ahead in upgrades as well. So yeah, it's something that I very rarely get to see.
Nice. I like Muta versus Muta, in my opinion. It's there's a lot more tricks you can do to like get yourself, you know, at least catch up or put yourself ahead.
Yeah. It's
you got to control multiple things too, so it's more hectic.
It's one of those things where the stars have to align where both players like just rush the mutas like of their own accord. And when it happens, it's a beautiful sight. It gets really chaotic, and it has its own obviously like meta to it as well. Like who goes for the armor upgrade, who goes for like the +1 flyer attack upgrade. You know, you can fight with queens. Some players like they invest into like melee upgrades with their lings and go for like massive ling run bys at the same time. It's great. It's great.
It's a beautiful sight.
None of that here though, just pure roach.
No. We're going roach ravager today. It's unfortunate, you know. It's the, you know, F2A move build, but you know, it's your favorite, right?
It's May is what I do. All right, it works, and yo, the ZergLord is getting up. He's doubled the army supply of ShotnVelt.
Oh yeah, he just went pure roaches. He's not even getting ravagers. Doesn't even want to bother with them.
Oh my god, and this is the scary thing, right? The ZergLord, he was being ultra greedy earlier, and now that's going to be paying off because he's been making nothing but roaches, and I don't know if ShotnVelt is going to have enough here to hold.
He's got to get these bios, these really great bios, but if ZergLord gets the concave, which he does, and he micros really well, he can just dodge all the bios and just focus on, you know, mass numbers of roaches. The huge supply cost for those ravagers, that's the backfall of going roach ravager, right?
Exactly, and May, I think that's it, May. Like he just broke the front line. The third is gonna go down, and he's just gonna waltz into the main.
This reminds me of like very old school, like Legacy of the Void ZvZ. People just want mass roaches. ZergLord, like, did he like go into a coma or something? Like, did he not see the meta change?
He doesn't care about the meta.
He's like, what are lurkers? What? Europeans? What do you mean Europeans? You mean Koreans?
Hey, this is America, mate.
You get it?
But like it's working. I think what I like is that we have seen like different styles from the ZergLord so far. Like, you know, again, like this isn't something that he did in his previous series against Eon. To be fair, like his previous series against Eon was a lot more hyper aggressive. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame for ShotnVelt. I was surprised after he walled off and got that fast lair. I was hoping for like some kind of like 2-base all in or something, but in the end he ended up expanding and going for a more macro play, and he kind of put himself behind a little bit by playing too scared.
Can't be scared in ZvZ. You just gotta do it.
Do it, no fear.
No fear.
All right, here we go. Meanwhile, we did get confirmation by Charlie, Rebirth Charlie in the chat, that ShotnVelt is from Chile.
Yeah, but his name though, is it ShotnVelt or is it ShotnVelt?
We need answers.
I need answers, you know?
What is Velt? Like ShotnVelt? Because it's not felt. Like, what is Velt? Is that a thing?
Did he miss like type Volt? Or Vault? Is Velt a thing? Is that
Velt
Espanol?
is a paper and pen test consisting of 60 multiple choice tasks.
What? I think that's wrong. In the top right corner of the map, we have our blue Zerg player up 1-0 in the series, playing for the bad, but he's pretty good. It is TheZergLord.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pilares de Oro, Pillars of Gold, LE, we have the Chilean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Rebirth Esports. It is ShotnVelt.
Is he like shooting the Velt? Is that what it is? Like he shot in the Velt?
Well, yeah, right, like, was he shot and Velt? I don't know.
I don't know.
It almost reminds you of, like, you know how like the Koreans, or like back in the day, even now, like maybe less so now, but like they'd like flip open the thesaurus or the dictionary and they'd be like, oh, this is a nice word, and that's just gonna be my ID, and like doesn't make that much sense. Like, was that the case? Was that the case here?
I don't know.
Yeah, like you have Koreans with like ID vines, or like oh god, what's the other one? Salvation, Forte, stuff like that, where like you know, they just innovation, right? ShotnVelt.
Wasn't innovations like originally like Bong Lord or something like that?
It was bogus, wasn't it? Or was that Zest?
Is it bogus? I remember someone had like Bong in their name, and I was just like, bruh. Or Poop Feast 420, you know? Best name.
Best name. There you go. Gotta bring it back. Oh boy. Okay.
Shout out to Guy in the chat.
Shout out to Guy in the chat. Oh boy. As we are getting into a more standard game here, probably the most standard opener we've seen today when it comes to the ZvZs, is everyone's just going for their normal expands.
It's the exact same opener, except ZergLord is barely just ahead in everything. Like, at least a second, it feels like. And he's gonna be the first to get a third? You crazy!
Yo!
You madman! And ShotnVelt's getting a third? You madman!
These people are crazy. Obviously, ShotnVelt's his is delayed a little bit, like even more so because he did go for that Baneling Nest. That safety Baneling Nest a little bit faster.
Do you think ZergLord's gonna get a Baneling Nest?
There we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh boy. Now, here's my question. Do you think the ZergLord is actually going to saturate this third, or only use it for larva?
I think he's gonna saturate it. I think if he was gonna use it for larva, he would have done what ShotnVelt did and dropped the Baneling Nest early.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
To like be aggressive, but I think he's gonna play defensive. I think he's getting the Baneling. He got the Baneling Nest now because he saw the Zerglings out on the map, and he's just like kind of prepping himself.
That's fair, that's fair. As the Baneliness does finish up, meanwhile, ShotnVelt is morphing in a couple of Banelings here across the map. He doesn't have too many Lings out here to really reinforce, but he is making another wave.
Yeah. Roach Warren going down, and ZergLord is going just straight to the lair. No tech yet, so that tells me possibly Spire, maybe?
Yeah, still no Roach Warren. It's possible.
No Roach Warren. Baneling. Good trade, and Oh, that was unfortunate.
Not the best Baneling control, but ShotnVelt was able to kill the queen.
That's true. That's less larva production for ZergLord, but I don't know. I feel like he still got this. Oh, but he's droning and there's Zerglings out on the map.
There are Lings, but to be fair, ooh, does bait the Baneling.
Gets one drone. Even up the drone numbers.
Yeah.
And there it is, light. Spire is on the way.
Yeah, so this is very concerning for ShotnVelt. Like, he needs to try and like catch wind of this soon and do something about it. Otherwise, these mutas are just gonna really catch him off guard and potentially end the game. As oh god. Stand strong, Milk. As ShotnVelt, like, he is, taking up. Okay, we're good. There was a little bit of lag, but we're all good. But ShotnVelt, he is taking up to lair, which is great, but like, he still hasn't gone in for a scout. He hasn't gone in with any Lings or any Overlords. Like, he's still unaware of what the ZergLord is going for.
Yeah, and I like this from ZergLord, being extra careful, dropping down a couple spines at his front door, just to be safe. Oh, I hope he gets that Ravager. He doesn't get that Ravager. That makes me sick. But also, like, rushing these Lings out first, so he's dropping the Roach numbers, or constantly trying to reset the Roach numbers as much as he can. Oh, what a guy. Gets the queen?
Gets the queen. There's more Ling reinforcements as well, but here we go. Finally, the Lings of ShotnVelt do come out. He is morphing in a couple of Banelings as well, and oh, he's just going straight across the map.
Yeah, but I think ZergLord bought himself enough time. Like, he's got 8 mutas already coming out. And if these mutas, they group up, they might do enough damage to just defend. And I don't think ShotnVelt can do anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. These Lings are even starting to do way too much damage. They end up killing the queens. Now they're getting into the mineral line. And ShotnVelt, he's turned around. He's coming back home with his army.
Can't handle it. Too much pressure.
Oh, God. And it's a hard decision to make, but like at this point it's too late, right? Like, the mutas are out. He's now resetting the roaches. He's got to go. He's got to do something. That's the problem with going roaches against mutas. Like, either you have that timing where you can just go out and you crush them before the mutas come out, but if the mutas are out, you gotta either go or you gotta tech hydras as fast as you can. Yeah, exactly. It's all about scouting at the end of the day, right? So you know that you need to go and that you are on a timer, and unfortunately it's something that ShotnVelt didn't have, and as a result these roaches are not dealing any damage whatsoever. Like, so many drones have already gone down this game, and there isn't really an answer to these mutas.
Go mutas, go! Fly together. What are you doing?
Oh god. They're just
squawk.
They're just hunting down overlords at the moment, because why not? There are a couple of spores here and there, but like, the mutaflock is getting large enough where they can ignore a spore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can probably 2-shot spores right now. But these were just doing a bit of damage, getting some drones. But it's weird because ZergLord is behind in workers right now, and like, if ShotnVelt's macro is good enough, like, and if he can keep it up, he can come back, honestly. He just has to defend against the mutas, and that's just the problem.
Exactly. Like, just defend against the mutas is a bit of an understatement there. Like, he has queens, he doesn't have any energy for transfuse. Like, best case scenario, he fights with spores, with multiple spores, some way, somehow. But as all this is happening, like, the Lings, they get into the mineral line again.
That's so many meters. These two shine queens.
Yeah, the queens are going down. The lings, there's nothing really to stop them. Oh god.
And GG.
The ZergLord takes out ShotnVelt 2-0.